I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Hey, everybody, we're live here at DraftKings at Casino Queen. I'm Clemson John. David joining us as well, of course, and Damian as well. So we had a nice weekend last weekend, guys, with the Derby, David's yearly playoff and Super Bowl fest
Well, funny,
for horse racing.
it's the known big day for me, but horse racing's every day for me. But yes, it was incredible. Yeah. And we had some great food, right? Shout out to
Yeah.
Mr. Riffy for having us
Yeah.
over for Kentucky Derby. What a great spread that was, John.
Yeah, Chef Riffy. Who would have thought? Chef Riffy. Who would have thought?
Good food, good company, and it was a beautiful day to spend outside. And I love his setup. He used to be the only ones grandfathered in allowed to do a tailgate at Fairmount Park on Derby Day, and then once FanDuel made a partnership with them, they kicked him out. So he took the tailgate to his driveway. He said, "You don't need no stinking Fairmount Park. I'll take this to my house," and he did, and it's a great setup. And what a bunch of fun to be around like-minded people, enjoy gambling and horse racing. A bunch of fun, John. Great Derby. I ran second, third, and fourth in my picks.
Second, third, and fourth?
Second, third, and fourth out of the several I gave out. My key horse, Angel of Empire, ran third, and he ran a good.
Who ran second?
Ran two fills. Ran the best race of any horse in the race, and we can explain that a little bit. Pace makes the race, my friend. Suicidal fractions, meaning the horses up front were going extremely fast, right?
Too fast out the gate.
Too fast out of the gate. And my two horse that I like, he burned himself up on the front end, but two fills was right off that fast pace, turned for home, kicked out by a couple lengths, and held on for second. He ran the best race out of any horse in the race. Tappet Trice, horse the co-favorite or second favorite, he didn't do anything. You had too much to do, like we talked about last week. You just had too much to do, and he didn't like to be inside of horses. Down the stretch, I saw him extremely wide. I mean, he wasn't going to do anything. He finished way back, and he had no excuses. I don't understand. But the horse that won, Mage, nice race. Nice race. Really nice race. Nice price, 15-1. Nice to see Javier Castellano get his, he's a journeyman. He's been around. He's in his 40s. He got his first Derby win. He was the top rider in the United States several times. So nice to see him get a win. But yeah, all I can say is a bunch of fun. I did have the exacta. The dollar exacta. I used Mage with the three horses, my three top horses. So the horse that ran fourth was my big long shot Disarm. He had a lot of trouble throughout the race, start and stopped a couple times, had traffic trouble. I don't think he would have won, but it would have been a lot closer. So he ran huge. I was very happy. I used him I needed Angel of Empire to win if he wasn't gonna hit the board. So it's really, I did a lot of different kinds of combinations, but Mage I did not have on top as a key. But bunch of fun. Yeah.
I think a little bit of they were saying some people's overall spirits were down from the Derby because of all the scratches and, a few horses getting sick and stuff. So
yeah, it overshadowed the enjoyment of the day, but unfortunately that's the hard part of racing. But pretty great day. The undercard was fantastic. The undercard, which is all the races before the Derby, a lot of fun. We had a bunch of fun. Yeah. Bunch of fun. Few winners. There was one 36-1 shot that kind of blew up a lot of people's tickets, like for pick threes, which is the winner of three races in a row. And
a 36-1 won on
yeah,
Saturday?
right in the he won.
What race was that?
A few races before the Derby. I think 3 or 4 races before the Derby.
I didn't know that.
4 or 5 races before the Derby.
36
wire to wire,
wire to wire,
and I ran second at 5-1.
Wow.
And if my second horse would have won, I would have hit almost every pick three on the card. So that was a little disheartening. I mean, I'm just mad. I'm not mad that the 36-1 shot won. I'm just mad I didn't have him. I would have never had that horse, by the way. So, but I do bet 30-1 shots and above. So they're fun to hit. They're a lot of fun to hit.
But let's say you got 5 horses that are 25 to 1 or greater in a big field.
It's all on their individual. They're individuals. So
How do you know which one's not to pick?
Well, it's all about the
Because
handicap.
obviously some of them are not very good horses, right?
No, these were all stakes races. All these horses are good racing in these races. That's what people need to understand. It's not like a regular day on a cheap track. These horses, not all of them belong, but for the most part, the easiest way to put it is obviously the trainer and the owners, they don't always think they can win, but these purses are so big. If they can get second, third, or fourth, that's a big paycheck for the horse.
Yeah.
It's even better than winning a regular race, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So they send these horses out saying, man, if we can get a piece of that big purse, and sometimes, like I said, this horse went wire to wire. Sometimes these long shots get on the lead and they just keep running. And that's what this horse did, 36 to 1. So
when you look
check
at
the
it,
chat
though,
line, see if
when you look at it though, how do you know which 25 to 1 favorites to pick?
well, it's all in the handicapping process, John. I don't know. I mean, it'd be too in depth right now to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trainers, jockeys.
Yeah, I
all
mean,
that
you have to
stuff.
look at the past performances. Every horse is an individual. This horse could be 25. This horse could be 25 to 1, and this horse could have no shot, and this horse could have a shot, right?
But if the horse performed well in the
And we talked about
past-
this also. Well, all these horses performed well in the past. They're running in stakes races.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? These are big races. Like I said, the trainer might think, tell the owner, hey, I don't know if we can win, but we can sure get a piece of that. And that piece of that purse may be bigger than winning a different race.
Okay.
So anyway, hi, Damien.
How are you?
Just sitting back there listening, a little horse talk.
It's not my strength, so I don't have much to say.
Put that a little lower on you. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Listen, your strengths are my weaknesses. So
I've been diving into the David Strengths world of horse racing. So
Hey, it was that time of year, and right now we're rehashing over that time of year.
well,
It's what we should do.
so my little bit of my degeneracy got a hold of me Saturday, and it actually worked. So you remember the exact I hit?
in Tampa,
Yeah, Tampa.
Yeah.
So I put a dollar exacta box 1-4 in 35 to 1 and 23 to 1, and I hit it. The dollar exacta paid $450.
jeez.
Yeah,
So
you
what's
were
the
there.
true
You were
odds
there.
on that?
What do you mean?
Is it?
It's a
it's not-
450 to 1 shot I hit.
Oh, 400. It is 450 to 1.
Well, I mean, there's no set odds. It's all
Oh.
in the pool. It's a pool. So, I mean, there's no set odds on that. It's all up to how
Jeez.
much money's in the pool, how much is bet on each combination. And that combination was worth 450 to 1.
Wow.
So I can't say if I had $10 on it, it wouldn't have paid 450 to 1. It might have paid 400 to 1 and then 350. You know what I'm saying? The more that's bet on it, the less it's worth.
That's got to be one of the bigger 450 to 1. You ever hit anything bigger than that?
One time, I hit a 940 to 1 shot. I had a dollar exacta box at 2 horses. One was 35 to 1 and one was 50 to 1, and it came in. I had $3 to win in place on both horses. So I hit the win in place. I hit the place on one, the win in place on the other, and the dollar exacta box. So it was a $14 investment. Got me back like, I don't know, $1,200, $1,300.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the biggest one I've ever hit. Yeah, on an exacta. So it's really, I don't know. I mean, the
One
dollar
of the only sports you can bet on that you get
in 2
hundreds to
minutes.
one in
Also
2
in 2
minutes.
minutes, right? I mean, the 6/8 of a mile races are only a minute 10, minute 15, and then there's longer races that last 2 minutes, maybe a little over. But basically, within 2 minutes, that's what I love about horse racing. You don't have. There's always another one right after it. You don't have to wait 3 hours for the end of the game.
Yeah. It's like my Nerf bets. The
Yeah.
no runs in the first, it's done. 5 minutes, you're done. That's what I like about it.
All right, let's get why we got action tonight. As we talk, we all have action. So,
Yeah.
John, let's start with you. What do you
I
got?
did a little Tampa Bay Rays under tonight. I did put a little ticket in here. I got another bet too. I got a parlay going with the Rays in the under, and the other leg of that was Rays in the under, and the under 9.5 Giants. So under 8.5 on the Rays money line, and under 9.5 Giants.
When does that game start?
Rays starting now.
Should be
Giants are
actually
West Coast, so
start now.
that'll be an 8 o'clock or something start. 8:30 start.
All
But
right.
yeah, hopefully we can get that little 3-team parlay home.
Damien, what do you got going on tonight?
Well, I played a bunch of prop bets in the NBA tonight. I will tell you, I played a Philadelphia over parlay. I don't like the way the Celtics have been playing. I saw that Embiid was questionable earlier today with his knee issues, but it looks like he's going to play. It did scare me enough off of betting his over on his points total. He's gone over in every game he's played in this series. I would have played the over on him again tonight, but I hate messing with a guy who's got an iffy knee. The knee is
But you
so
did take
important.
over on my ticket. You put a ticket together for me.
Yeah,
You did take 8+
I did
rebounds.
take 8+ Well, he's a monster in the middle. He doesn't have to jump in order to grab a rebound. He's already the biggest guy with the biggest wingspan on the
in the
floor.
building.
Yeah, so the ball's going to come to him. He doesn't have to go get the ball. It'll get to him.
Yeah, his hands and arms are like a magnet up there.
Yeah, I played also like I liked the odds on Malcolm Brogdon having a steal in the game, for example. It was plus money, so all he's got to do is have one steal. He plays 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So I have Marcus Smart to have 2 steals in the game, also at plus money. He's an elite defender. And Boston's got to win this game. They got to go all out. They're going to play hard today, but I don't necessarily think they're going to win. But I think they're going to go out. Now, another little shocking bet that I played was I bet Al Horford to have 2 blocks in this game. He's been guarding Embiid, and if Embiid's having trouble with his knee and can't quite jump, I think Horford had 5 blocks on him. It was in game 4. It might have been game 3, but he blocked him 5 times in that game. I thought the price of getting plus 170 was a good price to get 2 blocks in this game. I took the total over in the first quarter because neither one of these teams can stop the other, to be honest. I did play that. I played Tobias Harris of Philly to get to 7 rebounds.
Oh, mine says 5+.
Yeah, I played a smaller. I got one with odds, which is why for the parlay.
Yeah, I like that.
So
But your
I
flat
took him
bet
down
is
to
over
5.
6, right?
My flat bet is he's got to get to 7 on his rebounds. That was plus money. I don't expect him to come off the floor much today, so I'm expecting him to whatever Embiid doesn't get to, I think Harris will. And then I also played Marcus Smart over 4.5 assists. He's still been the primary ball handler, and he gets out on the wings real fast on these breaks on missed shots, and he fills in people running down the lanes. So I like his 4.5. And my other bet was I also bet Tobias Harris to get to 14 points today. He's playing well in this series. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, and I think I just like the chances of him having a very good game today. So
Yeah.
I went ahead and played that.
Is that everything?
That's all. Yeah, that was all my.
All right.
plays.
Let's go ahead and talk about later. Is there anything you like later so people can get their bets in?
Well, for me, I haven't looked at the later game yet. I was just going to wait and see what happens in this first game. I will almost, and I'm not sure what the line is. I will almost certainly bet Kevin Durant over on his rebounds. DeAndre Ayton may not play.
Out.
He is out officially now.
Out.
Yeah, without him, Durant's the biggest guy in the middle for that Suns team. He's going to be crashing the boards. I have to think you got to play Durant over his rebounds. I'll tell you, my big bet the other night was I bet Devin Booker over 4.5 rebounds.
Okay.
He got to 5, but that's all I needed him to
That's
get
all
to.
Hey, I needed Curry to have 35.5 points. He gets the 36, and then they stick him on the bench because they were so. I was like waiting 4 minutes for 3 points.
Yep.
And he buried a 3, and then they sat him.
I tell you, when we take our first break, I'm actually going to walk in there and I will go ahead and look up and see what Durant's number and Booker's number is for that. Without Ayton, the Suns already have little bench. And without Ayton, at least this game's not in Denver, so they're not, which I think is the biggest handicap for Phoenix in this series is I never thought they could win a game in Denver because of the altitude and their Suns' shallow bench. But without Ayton in there, I don't know how you don't load up. Durant and Booker are going to play 43, 44 minutes in this game. I'm probably going to play every over prop on those two that I can find.
Okay. Well, I'm rooting for the Suns. That's my team. So I have no vested interest yet in the game, but I was hoping the Suns would just go win 4 straight, but they did win 2. They put them back in. This is a win or go home tonight, right?
To give you a little
Yeah.
bit of hope, Jamal Murray is questionable for the game. He's ill. I would hope that he'd be able to play in the game. I believe if he plays and he's
I think
any
that's
and
why
he's
the line
anything,
moved, right? The
yeah.
line moved.
Well, actually,
-3
the line dropped. The line is now Denver -2, and that's
Oh,
because
because I just saw it at -3. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
the line's Denver -2 with Ayton being declared out. That means that's a
It's
huge.
the Suns minus, right?
No, Denver's now -2. That was earlier. Denver is now -2.
Oh wow, it's shifted
It
5
shifted
points.
5 points. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They lost him, and it shifted 5 points.
Wow.
Now, Jamal Murray is questionable in the game with an illness. I imagine that guy's going to go.
Man, I wish I would have got on Phoenix plus points.
So I wish I would have.
Well, it is. They are plus.
Yeah, they
They're
are
plus
plus
now.
I wish I would have got Denver. If I would have got here earlier, I would have bet Denver at +3, but I didn't get here in time. So I saw the line was -2. I was waiting to make sure
The
I
Nuggets
got words
are
on
plus
8.
3 right now.
Well, that was earlier. Now they're -2.
Now they're -2.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
That's
Now I got it.
swung
Okay.
5 points.
I don't know what.
So I said I was going to come in here and bet Denver +3 right off the bat. And now that with the Ayton issue, now all of a sudden Phoenix is getting 2, and I do tend to like home dogs generally, but if Jamal Murray's going, I will probably lay the 2 with Denver. If he's not, I may take Phoenix in this game. But I don't know how they're going to. I mean, I don't know how they're going to guard Jokic. Jokic has just had his way with Ayton. I believe Lonsdale's the backup for Philly. For Phoenix. He's not good either. Phoenix is a complete donut team right now without Ayton in the game. I mean, they're a donut team, and they don't have, and they're, like I said, they got 2 main scorers. They got lucky in Game 4 that Landry Shamet thought he was Steph Curry in his prime in the fourth quarter and hit 5 threes. They were fortunate to win that game. I don't see it happening so much tonight. They better hope Jamal Murray can't go if you're a Phoenix fan. That'll at least kind of even it out because Denver doesn't have much of a bench either. So that to me would be that to me is probably Phoenix's only hope is that Murray is either completely, hampered by his illness or just doesn't play in this game. Because I really think Denver is the better team in this series, especially with Phoenix's issues at this point without already missing Chris Paul.
So it's Phoenix -2 right now, right?
Oh, they have Phoenix at 2 now?
5:43 is the last line movement. Phoenix
okay. Phoenix has swung back to 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I said
if the Nuggets wrap this series up,
I may very well go find Denver. Maybe go bet Denver on the break.
If the Nuggets wrap this series up, they're going to be favored in the next series as well.
I think they'll be a very slight favorite. I think they'd be a very slight favorite over the Lakers. I think Golden State would be favored over Denver.
Huh.
That would be my guess. I'm not an expert on it or whatever, but my guess would be Golden State's such a public team. So are the Lakers, but Golden State's really a public team. Everybody loves Steph Curry. Everybody loves Klay Thompson. They're very popular. They're a huge draw. And people want to see them win, and people want to bet on the team they want to see win. So the Lakers not quite as much so as they used to be. LeBron's kind of a polarizing figure to some, and I don't believe the Lakers are as they've played very well in this series. Their role players have been phenomenal in this series. It looks like Anthony Davis. The last report I got is he looks like he's good to go tomorrow, which I probably will say the Lakers would probably be the play tomorrow if Davis looks good and is playing. I did not expect the Lakers to win yesterday. I told a couple people I work with to bet Golden State. I know that they did, laying the points, and it was just a quick turnaround for the Lakers after a really brutal game. very tightly, hotly contested Game 4, where LeBron and Davis played a lot of minutes. Well, neither one of them played quite as much in Game 5. They weren't completely ever out of it, but they weren't really in it. They just kind of hung between 10 and 15 back for most of the fourth quarter. LeBron didn't play that much in the fourth, and obviously Davis left with about 9 minutes left after taking the elbow to the head. So, but I think
Left in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think. Well,
they brought out the wheelchair.
he was
for Anthony
losing.
Street Clothes Davis.
Yeah, well, if I would have got hit by that elbow, I'd still be laying on the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I know this. I'm gonna go back to where I was playing in that 3-on-3 a few weeks ago, right, for the ABA, right. So I don't want to make. I wasn't playing for the ABA, but that whole function for the weekend, I saw 2 guys take elbows to the face and 1 guy take a ball to the face, and that's how I broke one of my teeth, and the nerve was 2 days, most painful thing ever.
Yeah.
I took a ball to the face playing in a pickup game when I think I was 22, 23. So I wasn't looking. It was a no-look pass to me, and it nailed me in the face. I mean, those things hurt. I can't imagine taking an elbow from one of these guys,
I
right?
don't think Anthony Davis could play against the Bill Laimbeer Detroit Pistons.
Rick Mahorn,
I don't know if you play pickup
John
games, John,
Sally.
right?
Oh my lord!
You still play ball. You ever taken an elbow to the face or a ball to the face?
Yeah, I've taken an elbow to the nose, broke my nose.
It hurts, right?
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
But imagine these guys doing it to you.
Ugh.
Ow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. It hurts.
Yeah, I get it. I just, Anthony Davis just seems to find his way into street clothes more than anybody I've ever seen.
Well, if you played no runs in the first in the Tampa game, you got that in.
Yeah, I wished I would have. I didn't.
That's John's favorite bet.
I went ahead.
I know. I
kind of
was surprised he didn't play it, so I didn't.
I went.
What
with
was
the
it?
under.
Minus 130. That no runs in the first. What was it on that game?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't greater than minus 130.
That's normally what I've been seeing.
Well, it just depends.
I know,
Depends
but
who the pitchers are.
Well, that's right, but
and the two pitchers in that game are pretty solid.
Yeah,
Tampa actually had 2 guys on in the top
I got
of
the
first,
parlay
so.
with the Tampa and the under, and then the under in the Giants game. That's my parlay. I need the Rays to end their losing streak.
Nobody's been really. I mean, lately they've
lost
losing.
2 in a row.
Well, they're pretty.
They hadn't lost 3 in a row all year.
I understand. How about the Cardinals? Have they?
The Cardinals won 2 or 3 against the Cubs.
They did.
So,
They did.
Yeah, good for them.
They did.
But I don't need the Rays to do something they hadn't done all year, which is lose 3 in a row.
Well, at some point, that happens even to the best of
Your
teams.
Boston Bruins are out. Your Boston Bruins
tonight.
are out. They've been out.
Yeah, screw them.
I'm just saying they've lost 11 games all year.
They lost, I guess, with the playoffs. They had ended up losing 14.
I'm talking just regular season. You're the only one I know of that
They
every
lost
time
11.
you bet the
No,
Bruins.
they didn't lose 11. They lost 9 or something.
Well, okay, and 4 of those you bet them.
Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and bet the Boston Bruins money line, Damien. Try to collect some free.
They lost
money
9 games all year.
They've only lost 9 games all year.
Yeah.
So
I did 4 bets on them all year. They lost all 4.
So half their losses, basically, John, is the time he picks to bet them.
And you got to lay minus 200 on every single one.
They're not going to allow you back in the city of Boston. Clearly,
Who might be okay with that?
Did you bet on Boston tonight?
Yeah, Boston money line, just a bam.
Well, did you bet the Celtics tonight? If you
no,
did,
I want to see the Sixers
win.
win. I want to see my man James Harden take it down. I want to see Harden in the finals, Damien. I like James Harden. I was a Houston Rockets fan my whole life. I watched Hakeem Olajuwon when I was a kid. Followed the Rockets the whole time.
They say he's not a team player, though, man.
James Harden?
Yeah.
No, that's not
they say
true.
yeah.
People love playing with him for the most part.
For the most part.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a few people like Dwight Howard, but nobody likes playing with Dwight Howard.
Oh, that's true.
Russell Westbrook, but that's not on Harden. Whatever. They love playing with him, man. PJ Tucker loves playing with him. Tucker's a glue guy, But that 2018 Houston Rockets team, those officials just cost them that Game 7 against Golden State.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken, Dave.
I enjoy watching him play. Seriously.
I was going to the NBA Finals Game 1 at halftime of Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. I was looking up plane tickets. We're up 11 after Eric Gordon makes a layup. Another guy that likes playing with James Harden, Eric Gordon. or Eric Gordon makes a layup. We're up 11 at half on Golden State. They said we couldn't do it, Damian. So what do we do? Second half?
You didn't do it.
No.
That's what I remember.
Scott Foster. Yeah, the guy who was Chris Paul was 0 for 10 in playoff games with Scott Foster officiating. So yeah, Scott Foster happened in that game. James Harden makes a 3 late in the game. Klay Thompson fouls him, so he's going to the line for a 4-point play. Right? No, we're going to say the shot was on the floor. Take the ball out. So now we miss a shot. Kevin Durant makes a 3 on the other end for the Warriors. So it's a 7-point swing because they didn't give us the shot or the foul or the free throws. That was just one of many things that happened when Scott Foster was there. Oh, I was looking at plane tickets, Damian. I was going. So I want James Harden to get a little redemption is what I'm saying, a little justice in this world for James Harden. Justice is what I'm saying. So I want to see Boston go down. That's all.
So what's going on with Chris Paul? Is he out for the year?
Chris Paul.
He actually did practice
That's what
yesterday. Went through the warm-ups, but they still declared that he was not healthy enough to go tonight.
So if they get through this series,
they're hoping he might potentially be able to go in a Game 7. But
So let me ask you this: I like asking this question. Even him playing not 100%, is that better than what they have?
Well, I mean, he's already not good defensively, but it would help. It would help the team. I mean, Denver doesn't really pressure the ball that much. The point guard doesn't really pressure the ball that much. Paul could run the offense considerably better. It would help Devin Booker being off the ball. It would help him. But I mean, defensively, he's already kind of a liability. He'd basically be a statue out there.
So the question is, he better than what they have? I don't know.
It depends how limited he is. It's easier for a big man to be limited than it is for a guard. So, I mean, you really, a big man could just kind of stand there and use his strength and occupy space and doesn't, if he's got a couple of post moves, or just, hook shot, whatever, just fade away. Not as big a deal as it is for, a guard who's got to handle the ball and quick change of direction, quick pace, especially defensively. It's just much, basically the smaller the player you are, the tougher it is to play with an injury like he has. If it was a center in the middle or a power forward who didn't rely on quickness, he probably could get, or wasn't guarding an incredibly quick guy. You could like LeBron actually could probably get away with an injury like Paul has a lot easier than Chris Paul can get away with it. LeBron's built for it. He's not as quick. He uses his strength more than his quickness, especially at this point in his career. LeBron could probably labor through it. I just don't think that Chris Paul could. I think he'd be more of a liability than an asset at this point.
All right.
Yeah. Hey. He's got some age on him. There's no question about that. But from a veteran standpoint, it's hard to replace what he brings to a locker room, what he can bring in certain moments of a game.
Right.
But physically, how much can he have left? I mean, it seems like I was watching Chris Paul and Justin Gray at Wake Forest about 35 years ago, Damian. It does. I mean,
he's 38 years old.
Yeah, so. It seems like he's 48.
Yeah.
So, how much does he have left in the tank? I get it. I don't think this is on. I don't think the Suns losing is on Kevin Durant, though. I mean, the guy's had 3 double-doubles. He scored 29, 24, 39, 36, 26 with 3 double-doubles. So,
this is definitely not on Durant. It's just, like I said, they're so limited, especially, they gave up so much to get him. And that right now, I mean, Durant's a special player. And you give Phoenix this offseason to put some contracts around him and some players that might want to play for a little less to play in Phoenix with Durant and Booker. I mean, Phoenix should be in pretty good situation next year. They have, they have the exception for for a trade and a sign-in exception. I don't think they're that terribly far over the cap. I mean, all their money's basically tied up in Durant, Booker, and Chris Paul. They really don't have much money spent on anybody else. They should be a pretty decent situation with the cap, and they should be able to. There should be some free agents out there. They should be able they can acquire that might want to come to Phoenix and play. So I think they'll be in considerably better shape next year. They may have had to take the hit this year to get Durant for next season. I think Phoenix might be a team to bet on next year to win the title if they acquire anything of any quality in the offseason.
Yeah.
Hey, John, let's take a quick break. I've got some new unlawful gambling stories. I want to talk about I want to finish out how that Alabama coach. We want to get in depth
that's
how
very interesting.
actually
guys.
what's the rise from that, and also coming out today, MLS star suspended in connection with unlawful sports gambling. So let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about it.
got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Hey guys, and we are back here at DraftKings at Casino Queen live. Pretty busy place today,
Yeah,
David.
no, I love being. We went to Thursday evenings, but I think we're gonna keep it. I mean, maybe we'll go back to Saturday mornings. I don't know, but
We're going to do
Thursday-
Saturday mornings when the main
College.
event gets here.
the college football.
Yeah. I'm already ready now,
I
David.
like not waking up at 6:30 in the morning.
It's okay, but I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning if I know I got college football games going on, David. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
two to be determined, to be TBD. So hey, we're down a man. What I love being live here at DraftKings at Casino Queen. Damien's coming back from making a few wagers. That's why we went for an extra 2 minutes, but it wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we in action. Look at that. Oh, look at this. It's like
Let's see what we got here. I'm like a kid in a candy store,
make it-
Damien.
look
So
at-
what do we see what we
I
got here?
just
Open
did
the
exactly-
present.
pick a card, any
I
card.
did exactly what I told
Pick
you.
a card.
I played every Devin Booker prop over and every Kevin Durant prop over. They're gonna
Hey,
All right.
how
they're
are you
gonna play
doing?
45
Good to see
minutes
ya.
in the game
You good?
tonight. I'm taking a shot with them. I'm gonna
In a
down
must-win
with
situation, I don't blame you.
Must-win situation.
Yeah.
Both of the Durant and Booker, both the props are 31.5 on points. Durant's rebounds was 9.5.
Wow.
Booker's was 6.5. And then I played the assists over. Durant was 5.5 and Booker was 7.5.
Well, we can do some diving on the rebounds here.
Yeah.
Rebounds for Durant have been 14, 11, 11, 9, and 8.
Yep. And this time DeAndre Ayton's not playing, so
I like it.
Yeah, I went ahead and loaded up on that one.
Yep.
That was-
He's on back-to-back days of 11, 11 in the rebound column. You just need to get to 10. That's a good one. I like it. I'm on the same page with you there. And then you got your old Devin Booker rebounds
over 5.5.
over 5.5.
Like I said, no Chris Paul to rebound. No, he's going to play 42, 43 minutes.
Woo, look at the, okay, it's right there. The
Yeah.
last 3 games have been 6, 6, and 6, followed by a 5 and a 4. So,
Well, like I said, this is a must-win game. He ain't resting.
no, he ain't resting. He's going to be in there 44, 45 minutes tonight.
So I'm
For sure.
Yeah,
They've only played 40, 40, 41, 44-minute clip in game 2. But they're going to be playing 44, 45 minutes for sure. We've got Kevin Durant assists. So you got some Durant assists on here,
I
too.
told you I was playing
Over
every
5.5.
Durant. Yeah, I was playing every Durant and every Booker prop over tonight.
Over 5.5. Oh, wow. Look at this. 6, 7, 8, and 8.
No.
6, 7, 8, and 8. Whew, how does this not get there? Let's see.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I bet it. We'll see
Yep.
what happens.
Devin Booker over 7.5. Booker's assists have been looking like, oh, wow, he's had some pretty big assist totals.
Well, remember, Chris Paul played the first 2 games.
Right.
And Booker's the primary ball handler. Right
Even
now.
in game 1, he had 8. Game 2, he had 6. Paul played in game 2, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So he had 6 in game 3. Or no, I'm sorry, 9 in game 3, 12 in game 4. Now, he did only have 4 last game. He only had 4.
But they were out of the game early.
Hold
and-
on. Are you gotta go?
Yeah, that's true.
Give me 1 second. Hey, real
What?
quick, take a step. Look at this ticket. Let's take it.
Oh, wow. This is swinging for the fences. What do you mean, like little shit, you know? Like, like, you know?
Hey, look at it.
That's
Tell them what
so.
it is. Tell them what it is.
That's like when you know. All right. It'd be a great one to hit. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
What is it?
We got a 4-pick parlay is what we got. Celtics minus 2.5. Celtics in a must-win situation, huh? All right, going with the must-winners on the road. Miami Heat money line. That was yesterday, wasn't it? No, that's
for game. That's tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Heat money line to close it out. I like that. Minus 200, but well, you got to like it, right?
Look at the amount.
Yeah, the amount's a big one. We're laying 1,000 to win 10,200. Yeah.
That's gambling. I like it.
I asked him. He said,
Let's close it out. What do you got? What else?
Lakers Warriors plus 2.5. That's tonight.
No, it's tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, I meant. Shit. And then a little XFL to close it out. A little XFL to hedge it, David.
What's he got?
We got the Defenders to take care of business against Bob Stoops' Arlington Renegades, My Clemson Tigers sent Bob Stoops into retirement where they sent Bob Stoops after Baker Mayfield went to South Florida in the playoff. Hold on, David. So,
You gotta go.
Yeah, you remember that when Bob Stoops was played Clemson in 2015 playoff? I remember it because Clemson was dogs, big dogs.
Lower it.
Wow.
Lower that
So,
up.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Defenders to sweat it. You can hedge. Hit the basketball and hedge the XFL. Absolutely. You take Arlington money line.
Defenders minus 6.5.
You got a 6.5 point middle. Taking the Arlington money line, right? I know, but you got to hedge 10,000. What's Arlington's? No. Well, you get swept if you do that. So what's Arlington's money line? Probably plus 160 on a 6.5 point dog.
That would be closer to 230.
230, you think?
6.5. 160 is usually about 3.5.
Let me look. I'm more interested now. Arlington Renegades. The Bob Stoops Renegades. Money line. Let's see here if I can. Here it is. No, that's the Houston. They're playing the Defenders. DC Defenders. Plus 2. No, that's not it.
See if you can find it.
Let's go. I'm just going to look it up on the
1,000 to win 10,000.
Oh, they don't have the XFL on covers. Plus 225. Damien's right. Yeah. Plus 2. So, yeah, you can plus 225 it.
Okay. No, you would have got it. I'm not. That's your ticket. Yeah. I don't even want to hold it.
What you're talking about doing, I wouldn't do. What I would actually do if I hit the first 3 legs of that is I'd put like 4,000 on the dog to cover the 6.5. Have myself a 6 point middle there. Win 3,000 if the ticket doesn't hit, and then you win 6,000 if the ticket does hit. So you give yourself a huge ass middle if you hit the first 3 legs of it.
You can win both.
That's what I would do. Yeah, you can win both. So I would,
no. You could. You're right. Doing what you're saying, you can win both.
Yeah, doing what I'm saying, you can win both. So I'd bet a big money and take the 6.5 if I hit the first 3 legs.
What's that?
Yeah, I did too. I did a 3-teamer. Raise money line under and under on the Giants.
It's a different ticket. See, that's what's great about being here. Hey, John.
That's my ticket. This is my ticket.
Oh, where's his ticket? Oh, I already gave it to you. Okay. I was like,
this one here.
That's Damien stuff.
Make sure you
that's
got it.
Damien
I don't know
stuff
where
there.
All right. Yeah. Okay, you got it. I don't know. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to hold any part of holding that. That's way too big a ticket. He's got my number. He can call me.
That's a good one, though.
That's a good sweat.
Yeah. I like it.
I'll give you one. Last football season, I had an 8-team parlay.
I like it.
Going into the Sunday night game, there's certain betting rules that I have.
Okay.
See, I'm not a big hedger, but when it comes to that,
I am.
No, but when it comes to that kind of money, I am.
Right.
So
yeah.
I hit the first 7 legs of the parlay. The 8th leg, and I completely forgot about this rule that I have, and I broke my own rule and bet the other way in the 8th leg. And I realized I did it after I did it. So I went and it was worth $8,500 if I hit the 8th leg of the parlay.
Oh, you had it at risk.
So
wow.
Wow, $50 to win $8,500.
So what I did is I went and borrowed. I went and borrowed
Is this during
$3,500 from a friend.
When was this?
That's
And
160 to 1.
Yeah, I bet 30. I borrowed 3,500 from a friend, and I came and bet the other way
Look at those wins.
on the game, and I actually had a 2-point middle on it. It was a Baltimore-Pittsburgh Sunday night game. I
Yeah.
had a 2-point middle. The game was 16-13 was the final. If that game ends up 20-16 or 19-16, I would have won everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Because
because
the
I
2-point
bet
middle.
I had under 37.
And what was the final?
It was
2016.
it was 16-13 was the final.
16-13. Yeah, okay.
That's gross.
It's when Pittsburgh beat Baltimore 16-13. So I had under 37 on the parlay card for the 8,500, and then I bet it down to 35, and I had 3,000 on the over 35. And so if they would have got one more touchdown and that either team scored a touchdown at the end, I'd have been just fine, and I would have won both bets. But I was just a 2-point middle, but I actually had a sweat at it to possibly hit both bets.
Did you see the winners that he had earlier?
Yeah, pay the man his money. He beat me.
Wow.
Wow.
I like the firing.
Yeah.
I like it. You don't mess around. Yeah.
Wow. XFL. I like it.
Yeah. That's pretty incredible. Some big scores, my man.
I thought there were like really bad lines here. A lot of unders were. Yeah. And there was like a lot of like the wrong teams were Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I want
Hey,
to.
we got some more football too.
What?
The USFL
Yeah.
is in the middle of their regular season.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, it's football.
Wow.
I like it, David. The
Super Bowl?
USFL.
All right. Let's see what we got.
I guess the Birmingham team is supposed to be the best one in that league. Can't remember their nickname, but the Birmingham team.
Super Bowl.
Well, Super Bowl action.
2,400
Okay.
wins.
Let me guess. I hadn't even looked. You had the over? No? Everybody had the
Just
over.
look at it.
Okay. You had either the over or you had a good one was Kelsey anytime touchdown. You had that one? Kelsey anytime touchdown was a good
Look at the
one.
other one.
And it was only like minus 130? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here. Chiefs plus 2.5 on an alt. All right. What's the rest of it, David? I can't see.
Kelsey touchdown.
Oh, there it is. Dang. That's not just a two-teamer? What was the odds on that two-teamer at the top? 23.55. Yeah. Woo. That's a
Fire
good
it
one.
up.
That's a
Damien,
good
he's not afraid to fire.
Clearly.
Chiefs,
We love it.
Eagles.
Well,
Yeah.
Chiefs will open the season against the Lions on the opening
The
night.
Lions?
Oh, that'd be a
Lions.
good one.
Thursday night football?
Thursday night football.
That's an opening
Chiefs-
night?
Lions at the Chiefs.
Thursday
I
night.
don't.
Thursday night football, and what? And it's at the Lions.
It's
Alright.
at Kansas City.
And what?
At
Is it,
Kansas
they already
City.
have a line.
Oh, I'm sure there's probably one in there right now, but I haven't
There's
looked
college
at it.
football lines for the
Yeah.
first week already.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna find a game to go to. I think Florida State might be the game that we're gonna be doing our show from.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Clemson, Florida State.
Clemson, Florida State. Oh, he's Florida State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Clemson.
We're gonna be hopefully doing our show from the stadium.
Yeah.
At Clemson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's at Death Valley.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's in the Valley this year.
Speaking
I
of-
kind of like it because
Wait.
everybody's doubting us this year.
I'm
You
out.
know,
I'm just gonna watch.
everybody's doubting Dabo, David. They're doubting him. Clemson's done. And that's all Dabo
See you later.
needs. That's all he
Thank you.
needs. Light a little fire under them. This team's done. They're memories. All they got's memories. They'll never be back towards the top. That's what everybody thinks.
He said, speaking of bad lines, you thought there were a lot of bad lines at the beginning of the year. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. How about having an edge and knowing what's going to happen before it happens? I want to talk about the Alabama.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The Alabama baseball coach.
They knew what was going to
They
happen
knew what
before
was
it
gonna
happened.
happen. I got something else that just came out today.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Let's tell the story. We finally figured out what happened.
Oh,
Yeah, we figured out what happened. with the
so
Alabama
I
coach.
guess how they found out the Alabama baseball coach was talking to his
like
high
this,
school
Jamie.
baseball coach. He knew the guy personally.
Yeah.
I guess the guy had his phone on the kiosk, and on the caller ID it says, where the cameras can see it, it says
Puts it on,
Pete
he
Bohannon.
puts it on the machine.
Yeah,
It says it can see his
it
name
says
while
Pete
he's making the
Bohannon.
bet.
Yeah, like we're not going to know who Pete Bohannon is, and
Are
he's
you
betting
kidding me?
50,000. He's betting tens of thousands of dollars
Damien.
on Alabama LSU baseball, and like that's not going to trigger something. Yeah.
Wow.
How do you like that?
So
You got
Greg,
found out by he puts his phone on the kiosk and it says the caller ID who he's talking to.
and they pull the pitcher. So they've got this kid who's got like a 2 ERA going. Alabama does, their best pitcher. They pull him an hour before the game, David, and they put a reliever in to start the game. When they made the decision, when the official timestamp on when they announced to pull the pitcher, 4:46 p.m. That's the exact time that Pete Bohannon was on the phone with his high school baseball coach. Yeah, so they didn't plan this thing too well, David.
No.
Yeah.
And they didn't cover their tracks very well.
Well,
No.
they might have planned it well, but can't really show
First
your,
of all, you don't
can't
make
really have the phone there with the guy's name.
no. I mean that's just stupidity.
Like you don't think a bet on something like under 1.5 steals is going to trigger something for tens of thousands of dollars on a college baseball
Right.
game that gets little to no action.
Right. And on top of that, what you forget that these places don't use surveillance.
Yeah. The state of Ohio,
right?
they flagged it throughout Ohio. The bet was made in Cincinnati, Ohio, near the Reds Park. So they took it down immediately. All action on Alabama taken off the board immediately as soon as that bet was made.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you do it, you have 10 people making $5,000 bets around the country, and even
Sure.
then, it's going to get flagged.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, yeah,
but you don't
there's-
bet 50,000 on a game that gets probably not 50,000 on the entire game.
And don't
from
think
around the
cameras are going to
country.
see you when you've got your, on the phone. with
There's
them.
no way that game got 50,000 in action around the country.
No.
And now
Not
you
a
get
shot.
one bet.
Yep.
One bet. All right. Speaking of some
Yeah.
not real bright, the MLS little scandal itself. MLS star suspended in connection with unlawful sports gambling. Colorado Rapids player Max Alves is being investigated by Brazilian authorities in relation to alleged spot fixing with claims he deliberately received a yellow card against the LA Galaxy. Now we're transferring right into MLS now.
Players.
Yeah, players. Here we go.
Players.
Players. It says players are being
Yep.
investigated, not just one.
Yeah.
There was also another one coming out in Iowa.
Iowa,
about college,
Yeah, I saw
with
that.
college athletes. That's kind
It's
of
not going to stop.
No.
You're going to hear a lot about this, unfortunately, until there's. I don't know if there has to be stiffer penalties, but I mean, it should be an automatic lifetime ban from the sport. And I don't know if it is or it isn't, but
You
it
should
should
lose
be
your scholarship.
everything.
You get a scholarship.
Everything.
You're a coach. You immediately lose your job with no ability to get a new job ever.
And even high school, you shouldn't be able to get a job. I mean, I understand that they're thinking it's easy money. I mean, that's all a part of it. But you're going to lose everything for a minimal amount of money.
Yeah.
I don't care how much. If you're in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of debt, is it worth risking your entire future, your entire life? These are. It's idiocracy. I don't know if that's even is that a word?
Yeah.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. I think Webster's got it.
I think it'd be just idiocy.
Idiocy. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anybody know?
Idiotic.
Either way.
Check the chat line. See if anybody knows what idiocracy, idiocy.
Well, it'd be
I'm sure it's
definitely-
idiocracy.
Definitely be idiotic. I know that's a word.
Yeah. I mean, whatever the word is,
I get called
it's,
that all
it's
the time.
unbelievable to me. You would think people would learn from the previous stuff that comes out, right?
Yeah.
And these are older gentlemen, right?
Yeah, it
These
says Iowa suspended 4 players for its weekend series against Ohio State, including infielder Keaton Anthony, one of the team's best hitters, and key relief pitcher Jacob Henderson. According to multiple reports, the team said the suspensions were due to a potential violation without providing specifics. It's unclear exactly what their role was. Action Network reported that Iowa spokespersons did not respond when asked if there was a connection between the suspensions and the Gaming Commission's investigation into the University of Iowa. Obviously, if they're not playing, they're not hurt. then something's going on. You can kind of read between the lines there.
Well, when you say no comment on they're not commenting on it, it's basically, if it wasn't that, they'd be like, oh no, that's not it.
It's kind of
So,
like pleading the fifth, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Right. On
Yeah.
may grounds that might incriminate myself.
Yeah, 4 states have banned betting on Alabama baseball entirely, and none of the Crimson Tide's games against Vanderbilt last week were available in Louisiana on any major sports book.
So unfortunately, it's like, they talk about the black eye on horse racing, right? With the trainers, and I mean, it's in every sport. Let's not look at horse racing. Oh man, that's terrible. It's terrible what they do. It's every sport. This happens.
Yep. Calvin Ridley with the big ban for placing a parlay on.
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
don't
have
get that.
anything.
See,
He
I
didn't have
don't-
anything involved with it.
okay,
But
but I don't
you
get
know,
it. It wasn't a bet that would.
He was injured while it happened. Anyway.
What I'm saying is, okay,
I don't know.
I'm not going to excuse it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I mean, it's not life-changing money. He's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is what totally was entertainment value. Nobody was taking a dive or taking money, a payoff for his whatever. It was a minimal amount.
Yeah.
Was it 1,800?
I think it was
the bet?
$1,000 parlay.
Yeah. That's my point. Who's taking a dive for that?
Right. Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Look at the situation. But
Yeah.
especially when it's a coach. I mean, a coach and an active player, right? A coach and an active player has to be lifetime ban. It's the only way it's ever going to stop or minimize.
Speaking of Calvin
I know that's
Ridley,
a word,
though,
minimize. I know that's a word.
Calvin's going to get the ball thrown to him by my man Trevor Lawrence. Yeah,
I like that.
I'm going to be excited about the NFL for the first time in a long time, you guys. I'm going to be watching
you got a
Jacksonville
lot-
and Trevor at ETN.
Yeah.
Give the ball to ETN.
Are you taking on Jacksonville as your pro team?
I think most of the Clemson family is looking into it, David.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're to be determined.
Yeah, well, that was exciting last
I like
year.
that.
So.
To be TBD.
Yeah, I liked it because everybody thought Trevor Lawrence was a bust at the beginning of the year.
No, you had to
I
look
was
at
like,
the coach.
you people are
Come
just
on.
insane.
No,
They
I
were
don't
making
know.
comparisons like, oh, well, they're not even giving Trey Lance a chance, but, Trevor Lawrence has a bad year, and everybody thinks that he's not a bust.
Boston taking a quick 10-point lead early on.
Early on here, 16 points in. Me and Damien on opposite sides. I got the first quarter under. He's got first quarter over. What's your number, Damien?
51.5.
First half? First quarter.
First quarter.
You got over or under?
I got over.
You got over.
Right
I
now,
got under
right now
52.
Philly can't score.
15-3.
Philly scored a
The only-
whopping 3 points in
They're
4
4
minutes.
and a half.
The only good news
4
is
minutes, 3
Marcus,
points.
Marcus Smart has a steal. Oh, there's Al Horford with a block.
Oh, was that
Remember,
one of them?
Horford over blocks and Marcus Smart over steals.
Was it one?
Horford needs 2 blocks.
Okay, one more
and
for
Marcus
Horford.
Smart
then.
needs 2 steals. They each have 1 already.
Sweet.
So we'll see.
What are we doing? What do we got?
None. Yours isn't.
I'm over.
Well, it's early. Yet.
I know,
This
but I'm
isn't-
over right now.
Well, I mean, like Brown's got an assist. I know that.
He's got 1 assist.
Yeah, I know
So all I
that.
need is 1 more.
For him, for that particular.
Yeah, I'm
player,
just saying.
My under's on pace. Under 52. It is. It's on pace.
they'll
Oh,
light
yeah.
it.
If Philly scores 3 points in 6 minutes, it's
Hey, if it goes under, in the
Philly
first-
makes a
hey,
shot here.
I'm gonna ask you a question. What I
What?
like to do.
What?
Is let's say it goes way under first. Let's say it goes 40-42.
Sure, and then take the first half over because they're going to start scoring.
Either that
right?
or take second quarter over.
I know. Yeah.
I
Well,
like
I
to
mean,
do that.
I like looking
Do you
at that
like
too.
that? You like
Yeah.
looking at
I mean,
that?
unfortunately, we're not watching the game. I like to see how hampered Embiid is right now. He hasn't scored yet. So
So we're at the 6-minute point with 20 points. So
Yeah.
I can have 32 points and not lose in the next 6 minutes.
yeah,
If they score 33 points in 6 minutes,
I think we need to look at the second quarter over or the first half over.
well, like I said, I would.
yeah, you can
I'd
get a
be-
good number right now in the
On
first
the
half.
first
over.
half over, you could probably
Sure.
get a nice plus number.
Like I said,
Let's see what we can get on the plus number on that.
like I said, if Embiid's not scored yet, that's not a good sign. Like I said, the only reason why I didn't play is over is because I was worried about the knee injury. So, I mean,
Is he their number one score?
oh yeah,
Okay,
oh,
I'm just- that's cool,
easily
yeah.
their number one.
I don't know
scorer.
anything. I don't know anything about
He-
76.
He was the MVP.
James
he was the,
All I know is Harden.
he
I
was,
like
he
Harden,
was
too.
the MVP in the NBA this season.
Harden didn't have any points
Embiid-
either.
Embiid scored 33. No, he
Harden?
hasn't scored. Harden has not scored yet either.
Yeah.
Embiid averaged
Harden
30.
drain those
33.
threes. Drain.
Embiid
96 and a half.
Embiid just did get a dunk.
What's the over under for the hat for the? Okay.
That's the live line.
Yeah. What is? Okay. Okay. 96. What if? Can you bet the line from when it started? Can you take a plus number like?
No.
You can't do that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right.
No, you can't.
So if the over for the first half was 100, can I go take that line even though it's way behind? Can
You take 100? No, you got to take whatever's on the
That's
board.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you got to take whatever's on the board. You can't just take your own number. You know that.
I know. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Embiid does not have a rebound in the first 6 minutes. That's
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Good gosh, a mighty Joe Friday.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So 96 and a half is what our number is.
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
Yeah. Oop to you. So, 95 and a half. They must not have scored more. So if I don't win under 52, then go ahead and just lock the doors, David.
All right. Hey,
I'll retire.
Let's take 2 minutes.
Yeah. Let's take a little break, guys.
We're going to take 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Here we go. Hey, we're back here live at DraftKings at Casino Queen. Tony C is gonna he's gonna join us at 7:30. That was great. It's great news. Get his input on these basketball.
Yeah, the
baseball,
man on the street.
The man on the street. I'm telling you, if you can look him up on on YouTube, man, he's fantastic. I know. I was at the Blues game about a month ago, and you had him with you for a couple hours. Bunch of fun, and we'll get him and Damien in on this action. I might have to step away. We'll see how we take the call in. If you can't call in through the computer, I'm going to set up. Another microphone so he can call in. Yeah. Where were we at?
Oh, we were in a lot of places.
I got
David.
distracted.
well, right now they're releasing the NFL schedule.
Oh, 15-12. Nice little run by the 76ers.
Yeah, they're on a 9-0 run.
Yeah,
So
you're
where are they
under.
at?
You're
27?
under.
27.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah,
So I can have 25 points in 4 minutes. I'm still
you're
good.
good. You're good.
Don't do this to me, David.
Don't lose your mind. Whatever you do, don't lose your.
Well, just think if
Don't
you
do
if you
this to me.
if
Don't
you lose, I
this
win.
one.
So you could always look at it that way.
Yeah.
I know, but
That's why
I
if I
shouldn't lose
if,
this
if,
one.
if I lose, you win. I'm
Under
not
52.
gonna cry about it.
It's under
He will.
52. They have 27 points. If it could go either way,
Check
then
the
it's
chat
fine.
line, see if we have anything, please.
No, but we don't.
Nothing. Okay.
So my point is, if it could go either way and I lose, that's fine. But I don't want to lose a game where they score 27 points with 4 minutes left and I lose under 52.
Well, there's
I
4.5 minutes left
Yeah,
if you really
just-
want to be specific.
Just
4.5.
let's. How about this? Let's get a little worked up in the last minute. You got 3.5 minutes.
I shouldn't even have to get worked up, David. They should have like 40
It's
points with a
gambling,
minute to
John.
go.
This is what we do.
I know, but I shouldn't have to sweat this one.
Your blood pressure must stay at like 170 over 130.
170 over 130.
Yeah, I think your
Is that a
blood
bad
pressure.
one?
Yes.
Oh.
I think your blood pressure stays
You're-
at stroke level at all times.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. Well, if you shouldn't have to sweat it. That's my point.
It's not
Look how,
a layup
look
right
how
now.
even keeled Damien is.
Well, I ain't
It's
got
not
it
a-
in me, David.
Are you
I
the
can't
are
be
you the
even
are you the
killed.
favorite to win it right now?
I'm
Yes.
like a minus 200 favorite.
Okay,
The
so
live
no.
line's 47.
Well, then that
Wait.
means you would lose. Yeah.
we've got
so that means you
3
would still
minutes.
lose one
Start
out of 3
yelling in 3
times.
minutes. How's that?
Well,
You're
we're
not
almost
allowed
there.
to yell until under a
Yeah,
minute.
you'd still lose 1 out of 3 times. Shit happens. Excuse my language.
No, you're fine.
I don't think
You can say that.
So I'm looking to see if
Let's refresh it. And
no,
see
they
where
haven't
we're at.
popped any of the new schedules up yet on the NFL.
Oh, they're about to release the schedules, aren't they?
Yep.
Today.
It's only 30 points with 3 minutes and 22 seconds. You got
Okay.
22 points.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll
You
go
should
ahead.
be.
I'll go ahead and tell myself I'm good.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't start yelling until under a minute. You're not allowed to start
Well,
yelling.
you know,
Well, your blood pressure, I'm worried about you physically.
I ain't worried about that. It ain't even college football season yet, David. Although I am ready, David.
I'm ready too.
First time in a long time, Alabama don't know who their quarterback is. Their quarterback nervous.
You know what I'm
They're
real-
ranked 6th to start the year,
I'm-
probably.
I just need to turn
6th.
my mic off.
6th.
6.
Alabama.
Yeah.
When's the last
When
time you heard
Clemson
that?
come out?
It doesn't matter. Put us 56th. You know, put us at 56, David. Florida State's going to win the ACC. We're not even going to win the division anymore. Or no, there are no divisions. They're
There's
just
no
doing
more divisions.
their straight conferences.
Yeah,
That's
there's
right.
the top
No
two,
national
the top
championship
two teams
this
will
year.
just play for the conference title.
Well, Florida State's going to win the conference. Doesn't matter.
If we go to the Florida State Clemson game in Clemson, what do you think if you had to put a line on it right now?
I need you to hit one of them 400 to 1 shots, so we'll have some
So Florida
cashola.
State is going to be favored, most likely.
No,
No.
not in Death Valley.
No?
No,
No.
not a chance. Florida State will
What
be
if
favored.
Clemson's not ranked and Florida State's?
Clemson will be ranked. They're going to be ranked like 5th or something.
You think so?
Yes, they'll be hovering around.
What,
middle
no
of-
preseason ranking now?
Yes, they'll be
What are they preseason?
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Okay, all right, that's what I'm asking. That's what
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
Look at this. I mean,
But-
we got a whole. We covered the tablecloth and tickets, Damien.
And that's only this game.
I love it, and that's only one game.
Florida State's first game is against LSU.
I invite everyone to come down here at DraftKings Casino Queen and join us.
See, if I
This
could,
is
if I
so
could go
much
to,
fun.
if I could go to a college football game, I'd love to go to one in the SEC. Pretty much anywhere in
Mizzou.
the SEC,
Yeah, I've
except
been to-
Mizzou.
I knew he was
You
going
know-
to say that.
Mizzou's a joke. No offense. I know. I know
You
we're
can
in
be
Missouri.
offensive.
I know we're in Missouri, but Mizzou's
Please
a
offend,
joke.
Damien. It makes for good
They're-
content.
They're basically the worst team in the SEC. They have no other than maybe Vanderbilt.
John offends all the time.
They have no.
I can't be offended. I have no soul left.
By
Damien.
the way, the basketball game is now
Might hurt
23.
you one
The
feeling that you
basketball
have
game is now 23-20 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So
They have 43 points.
yes. Well, you should have live betted over 44.5. Look how good you'd be looking right now.
I don't have a way to do the first quarter.
Oh,
So
oh well.
what in the world?
He's stuck at the table.
What's my number? 53 or 52? It's 52,
Oh, you
isn't
just-
it?
They just
It's
both teams just missed a 3, so you're probably safe. Now.
52, isn't it?
You're probably safe. They both but just missed 3s.
Now, if
shouldn't have
if
to
this
sweat
was
it
the
out.
end of the first half, I might be worried with fouls and right.
Yeah,
Well, not first half, first game, all game.
Neither
They don't
team,
foul
neither
in
team's
half.
in the bonus, so there's no free
No?
throws going to be in the. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
no,
Oh, they hits a 3, 46. Minute 14 left.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They
You don't-
can't just make it easy on
So
you.
you
David.
got 6 points.
Huh?
To tie 6
Yeah,
points.
I'll push right now. Just tell me I'll
I'd
push.
be
I'll just
fine
get it
with
over
him
with.
pushing. I win if he pushes.
Yeah, okay, we can go with that.
I'll
I'm
push
not
right
greedy.
now, and I'll be okay
So a
with it.
push and a win if we can
I'm
just only
just
6
fine
points.
with
I'll be
that.
okay with a push.
I won't.
57 seconds left. Six.
Uh,
John has 6
I'll
points.
sign
I
up
won't
for a
shed
push
any
right now
tears.
if they give me a push, David.
You sign?
I'll sign it
Can I close you right now?
right now.
I would take.
Give me the papers. I'll
I
sign
would-
for a push.
I would take your bet right now.
I'll sign for a push right now.
Yeah, I would take your bet.
I
if-
don't
if
want
you-
the
if you
angst,
gave it to
Damien.
me.
Just give me the push.
You love the angst.
No, I don't. I don't love the angst. I just want the dang push right now. I don't want to lose.
Hold on. Seat or tie everything.
Oh,
you
they're
have.
at the free throw line. Beautiful.
Hey,
Let's go ahead and
tie
screw me
everything
now.
to the table because if he loses his bet, I have a feeling we're going.
They're going to go ahead. They're
gonna
shooting
lose our
free throws
connection.
now. They're at
Embiid-
47, about to be 48.
Embiid, just hit
Yeah,
the first
Embiid will
free
make
throw.
both of them.
Yeah, he's about the best big man free throw shooter I've ever
This
seen.
is live
We're going to get a
sweat.
technical foul,
You
probably.
get the
does
live
not-
sweat with us.
He does not miss.
This is fun.
Of course, I probably just jinxed him. You know, the announcer jinx. The announcer,
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, the announcer jinx from whether 800 miles
All right,
away.
let's talk real quick. Superstition. You have any?
No, not really.
See, I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe we have that kind
37 seconds left.
Oh, Boston,
48.
Boston
48.
just missed a shot. So
Oh.
no, Philly just
Misses.
misses. You're,
All right, Boston's getting it.
you're probably good now.
Boston's got it.
It's going to get the somebody's going
Defensive rebound.
to score with 5
Who got the
seconds left,
rebound?
and
Oh, it doesn't matter. 26
of.
28
It does
seconds.
matter who got the
28
rebound.
seconds.
Boston's
Boston's
got
got the rebound.
Yeah, but
So-
who? Did Embiid?
No,
I don't know.
Derek White did.
Hold on.
I need Harris.
You need the whole
He's
game.
got-
I need the
he's
next
got
10
three
seconds, David. Hold
already.
on. 48. What's going? They're holding for the last shot. This is good. This is good.
I'm guessing there was a foul.
Don't screw
No.
me. 6 seconds left at 48 points. Thank you. Just don't screw me, and I'm good.
The show goes to crap
Six
if,
and a
if
half
he
seconds.
loses this bet. Just letting you know, we're on the edge. We are
Hold
on the
on.
cliff.
Just a second, David.
It's just a second, David. We are live here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to shoot free throws, probably? That's what's going
No,
on, you
I
think?
don't know.
Could be a timeout.
It could be a timeout. It could be
A
a
timeout.
dead ball.
Yeah, it could be
6
anything,
seconds
John.
in the first
I
quarter.
don't. I'm obviously
right.
we're
Take
not.
your
seeing
time
it.
out.
I'm gonna let
keep it
everybody
in
know
your
you should
pocket.
come down, join us, and be in action with us. Yeah. We
Oh,
love-
the new chicken place is great, David.
oh, that unbelievable. The
That
food
chicken
Yeah, that
sandwich?
was a really good chicken sandwich. I
and
will
the
tell
wings
you.
are amazing. I love the wings. I'm addicted to the wings and the garlic butter sauce.
Oh, 51.
51.
It landed on 51.
Ooh.
Wow.
You notice he didn't. When I offered to take his bet, you notice he didn't say yes.
I would have taken it.
All right.
I couldn't have. I don't have a way to.
All right.
I can't explain that.
Well, I could have just given you the cash. You
I
could have
know,
given
but
it to
I
me.
couldn't have. I'll tell you after the show why it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why it
I-
doesn't
you
work?
know,
And
'Cause
now
Well,
I can't pay you if I lose because it's.
I can
I'm-
throw
okay,
that
yeah,
away
yeah.
now. The
You
over
know?
51 and a half is going into the trash.
Darn.
hey, so can we
Breaks
go over
my
this
heart.
ticket real quick? See where we're at after first
Oh,
quarter.
absolutely.
All right. So we have Embiid rebounds 8+. So he's got to hit 8 rebounds. Does he have any?
He's got one.
All right. That's not looking great.
This one was just for
Uh,
little baby dollars.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. Baby dollars are all right.
I know, but at least he didn't lose the big one.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
So we
This
got
just the
Harris
baby
rebounds
dollars.
5+.
He's
Is
got
it-
3.
really?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good.
You're a huge
Marcus
favorite.
Smart 5+ assists.
He does not have one yet.
Okay, that's not good. Jason Tatum assists 5+.
He's got 4.
Wow. That's Jaylen Brown assists 2+.
He's got 2.
Oh, so that's in.
Yes.
All right, Embiid assists.
Probably not. None for him.
Okay, so my Embiids are crappy right now.
Yes.
Everything else is eh. Some
Yeah.
are good, some are eh. But Embiid better get on it, or
It
we're
would
in
help.
trouble.
It would help for you.
He's
But
8+ rebounds, none in the first quarter.
he had 1.
Oh, he had 1.
He had 1. in
Yeah,
the
that's
first.
not good. But his Embiid assist, he doesn't have any. Well,
No.
there's only 2. He only has to have 2. So he
Yeah.
needs to get it back out to James Harden for a 3.
Yeah, Harden has not scored.
Wow. Glad you didn't put any prop bets on Harden for me. Oh.
Embiid has 6, by the way.
All right. While you guys continue, I'm going to hook up a line so Tony C can call in here in about 10 minutes. So go ahead.
How about them getting to 51 though?
I know. Crazy.
That's a lot of points in the last 3 minutes.
Oh, like I told you, you were 60-40. I wasn't.
Wow.
I told you weren't that huge of a favorite when you were worried
Wow.
about it.
So they had 48. Did somebody hit a 3 to end the first
They hit
quarter?
it, yeah, and then Philly missed a shot that
Would've beat me.
that would have beat you.
Wow.
So yeah, you can thank the Eagles,
Oh,
or excuse me, you can thank the
Sixers.
Sixers.
All right, well,
Who can I blame? Wait a minute, let me look
yeah,
and see who
well,
missed the last
how's
shot. For
the Yankees and Rays looking here?
Joel Embiid missed the shot at the buzzer. It would have sent the game over, or sent the first quarter over.
Yeah, it was probably one of those long 3-pointers, I imagine.
It was a pull-up three. He had a.
Okay. Oh, 1-0 Rays through the top of the fifth. All right.
Tampa under possible.
Tampa and the under. I love it. Tampa and the under and the Giants under. Need to hit that one. 1-0 Rays, David, top 5. Yeah, me too. 8.5.
Actually, it's after 4.5. It's going to the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah. 8.5.
All right, here, I'm going to test this out. Everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can
You
hear
guys
you.
can hear me?
Yep. We're all good there. What else we got going on? I kind of liked taking this over in the Devils Hurricanes because they've been scoring a bunch of points all 4 games. Devils up 2-1. I should have taken that dang thing. Devils up 2-1. Or no, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. Devils up 3-1. The games have been 5-1, 6-1, 8-4, and 6-1. Every game's went over.
Yeah, they've all been blowout. There ain't been a sweat in any of those games.
Every game has went over.
If you haven't had to worry about those games.
I missed the boat on that one. I forgot, David. Dang.
It's all right.
I was going to take that.
They're talking about how.
What's the live line right now? 6.5, Damien. 6.5, but the juice on the over 6.5 is minus 145. You could have gotten it 5.5 before the game. I don't know.
The games are averaging 6.5 goals in the playoffs.
That's just too much juice right now at minus 145.
Hey, while we're waiting for Tony to call, what about the Cardinals?
What about them? They finally put together a winning streak for them. You know what a winning streak for them is?
2 games.
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Yep.
They will hit a 6 or 7 game win streaks throughout the season. It's going to happen. They're going to do it. Yeah, at some point they'll do it.
Yeah. Baseball's very important.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing they got going for them
very
is
important in this place.
The division is not good.
Hey, yeah, it's not a very good.
I still think the Cardinals are not good. They could still win the division.
Wow.
But if they do, they will be easily out if they make
the 88.5 wins. I wish I had the under.
Yeah, well,
your Pirates over 66.5.
Well, that looks really good right now.
Yeah, it looks really good right now.
My Braves winning the division and the Mets under 94.5. Those look like
the Mets are 4-13 in their last 17 games.
Yeah, not good.
4-13. They get shut out by the woeful Reds at home.
It's not lack of spending money.
No,
that owner likes to spend money.
Yep.
If you remember when we were talking about that before the season, I said about the Mets in particular that their peripherals last year were the peripherals of an 82-win team. They outperformed their peripherals by like 16 or 17 games last year. It was ridiculous. That doesn't happen 2 years in a row. That was like when the San Francisco Giants won 100 and they won like 100
games.
100. Yeah, they won a whole bunch of games. They lost to the Dodgers by a game, and then they reverted. That the following season. And remember right, their season, their total for the following year was only like 84.5, and they went under.
Yep.
Those type of things tend to even out. It's like team that loses a bunch of close football games. One season in the NFL very seldom happens again. Those things tend to even out. Team that wins a bunch of close football games, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
I don't look for Minnesota to be that good this year. Now, what Minnesota does have going for them is one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. So I mean, other than playing the 2 first place teams in their division, they're playing the NFC South. I mean, that's their, and I believe they play the AFC South. So I mean they're not playing a bunch of world beaters. You know, like
Speaking of the Vikings and the NFC North, who's going to be the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers?
That'll be
Jordan
Jordan
Love.
Love.
Jordan Love, that's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Huh?
It's
He's
gonna
getting
be
his
Jordan
shot.
Love.
They're not going to love that, David.
They might.
They're not going to love that.
I don't think that. Honestly, I don't think they're a great team. I mean, we'll talk to Greg Damon coming up here in a few weeks about it, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're just a great team.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota it's got to be the best team in that division.
I'd probably say Detroit's the best team in that
Well,
division. Right
I'm rooting
now.
for Detroit.
Yeah.
And
I love their offense.
And I wouldn't be stunned if you see the Bears come out of the middle of nowhere in that division. They got a great.
I'm not a Fields fan.
You don't have to be.
I know.
You know,
I know, but I'm not.
They've had a great.
I think he's way
offseason.
overrated. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But
I liked him playing against Clemson in the 2019 playoff when he threw that interception in the end zone to end that game. That was beautiful.
and there it is.
Everything goes back to Clemson.
I've
Justin
been,
Fields in Ohio State.
I've been
of
saying this
course.
for over a year. All roads lead back to
Yeah.
Clemson.
Let me tell you,
All roads.
David,
He can connect anything back to Clemson. Just to ask him. To give him a
six degrees of separation from Clemson.
Speaking of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
What's going on
the
here?
6 degrees of separation from Clemson.
Justin Fields.
Let's play a little game.
Yeah, Justin Fields, right?
Here it
Ohio
is.
State, 2019 game, right? So I've been to all the playoffs from 2015 until 2019, right? So
Well,
we-
see, remember, I'm from Pittsburgh. Should I
Yeah.
remind him of the time that Pitt went down into Clemson and spanked #1 Clemson's ass
we
on
needed
the road?
that. No, we needed that.
Yeah, see.
I'm glad Blewett didn't blow it.
Yeah.
Chris Blewett was the guy,
Yeah,
name of the
this
kicker
place
that
kicker for
made
Pitt,
that
yes.
kick to beat him.
Yeah.
Chris Blewett, he didn't blow it. He hit a 49-yarder.
Wow.
But anyway, we needed that because that woke us up. From then on, we went out and blitzed the entire world onto a national championship, David. We needed that to wake us up, you know. We just.
What
blitzed
was the
whole
line on that
world.
game? Do you remember?
Clem probably 14
Move
point
your
favorites or something.
microphone up a little. No.
Oh,
here,
Here,
yeah.
Mike.
they were actually a little bit bigger
There you
than
go.
that,
Perfect.
actually.
Yeah, there you go.
They're
like-
probably 14 to
they were
16 point favorites.
Yeah, they were 17 or 18. I
Yeah.
took the points in that game. I remember that. By the way, here's your week 1 NFL schedule. Obviously, Detroit plays at Kansas City. Your Sunday night game is Dallas at the Giants.
Why does the NFL not flex their schedule?
Well, they do the last 6 or 7 weeks of
Well, at least they do
on
that, I
Sunday night.
guess.
They flex the Sunday night game the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Good.
So your Dallas and the Giants will be the Sunday night game, and Buffalo at the Jets for Monday night game on the 11th. Be the 22nd anniversary of 9/11 game in New York. There'll be a lot of that'll be, and there's not 2 Monday night games opening.
Were the
year.
Ravens in there on any?
Baltimore opens the season at home to Houston. The Steelers actually will open up for the first time. They got a tough game with San Francisco.
C.J. Stroud.
San Francisco coming to Pittsburgh.
C.J. Stroud.
Your Jacksonville Jaguars go to Indianapolis to face Anthony Richardson and the Colts.
Yeah.
Who's their starting quarterback?
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson,
Anthony-
the guy.
yeah,
they-
Anthony Richardson.
Remember, I told you that's who the Colts should draft
Yeah.
before they drafted him.
He's day 1 starter.
He will be the day 1 starter.
Okay.
Look for Indianapolis to be surprisingly good this year.
Even with
They
the rookie,
draft
huh?
their quarterback play last year was so they cost them games last year.
Tell
Indianapolis
Tony
was
to call
in
your phone.
Indianapolis was in a lot of games last year, and their quarterback play literally cost them 3 or 4 games. Just horrible giveaways. He'll be an immediate upgrade, even if he's not that effective. He'll be an upgrade. Who else were you at? Philly goes to New England. That'll be the CBS game. The 3
I like Mac.
the 3:30 CBS game.
Who?
Mac Jones.
I like Mac Jones. But
I like him.
I could have thrown the ball to Devontae Smith.
Here's
hurt.
gonna be your good
I'm
fantasy
talking
game.
about college.
No, I mean, I'm just saying he's hurt.
When
Mac Jones.
Mac
been hurt.
Jones was there, he had Devontae Smith to throw the ball, and Steve Sarkisian drawing up plays.
Here's your good fantasy game for week 1. Miami at the Chargers at
Yeah.
3:20 on
It'd probably be a 6-3 final.
Don't count on that. Not with those two teams.
I know.
That-
But
that-
every time I use the, teams like that is expected to score big.
Yeah. Chargers.
that's
Chargers.
true.
Just heartbreaking way to end the year last year. 27-3. I told everybody, I said, David, they're about to score before the half. Jacksonville is. It's going to make it 27-10. Guess who gets the ball to start the quarter? Trevor.
Yep.
Make it 27-17. Bam, we're back in it.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah. I seen him. There was a playoff game against Ohio State. It was 16-0, David. 29-24 final. Clemson.
You told him to call your
Winner.
phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Justin Fields was the quarterback in that game for Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm not a Justin Fields fan.
Yeah. I'm glad he was the quarterback
I'm
for
trying
Ohio
to be-
State.
I try to be as impartial as I can, and I just don't. I don't know.
I was going to that national championship game that we beat Ohio State in the playoff. I was going to that championship game in New Orleans, no matter what happened, because in July we had free plane tickets. Me and my wife had free plane tickets. We didn't know where to go, David, but we have to use them or you lose them, right? So we have to use the plane tickets. And I'm like, well, I guess national championship games in New Orleans. I guess we could just book them for then. So we booked the plane tickets for New Orleans. I'm watching that Ohio State game thinking, oh, God, don't make me go watch an LSU-Ohio State national championship game in New Orleans because I'm going with or without Clemson. So the whole game I'm thinking, come on, boys, go with me. Let's go with me. Let's go together. And Justin Fields throws that interception. Oh, I just fell to the floor when he threw that interception, David. To end the game. Yep.
So Mitch Trubisky's still with
Mitch Trubisky.
He's
he was the guy that was supposed to.
He is still in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Mitch Trubisky was supposed to be the best quarterback in the ACC when he was at North Carolina. Give me a break. When Deshaun Watson was there, I'm like, you people are stupid if you think Mitch Trubisky is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson. You people are, good Lord.
What about that mess in Cleveland?
Yeah. Well, Deshaun's coming back, so
He
it is a mess.
He
but-
didn't play well when he was playing.
Well, yeah, but he only played friggin'
Doesn't matter.
6 games or
Doesn't
something.
matter.
Yeah, I mean,
They
it
spent.
matters
They
a lot
gave too much for him.
versus 5 or 6 games when
They
you have
gave-
a whole off season to get ready and you have everything to build for a whole year.
Yeah, they gave way too much for him.
Well, be that as it may, we'll see.
What are their
That
over-under
remains
wins
to
for
be
the year?
seen.
Can you look that up, Damien?
For who?
Cleveland.
Cleveland,
I'm curious. Take an educated guess, John.
7.5.
I'm going to guess it's going to be 8.
I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7. I bet it's like 9.
Well, I got my first winning bet in. Marcus Smart has his second steal of the game.
Oh, good.
So
Very
we
nice.
can put that one in the winning column.
Was that? Let me see what it
Here's
is.
Tony.
Oh, let's put him up. Put him up on this.
Oh, here's the speaker.
Yeah, let's see if we can hear him. Tony C, the
Hey,
man
Tony,
on the
how's it going?
street.
Can you hear us?
You got it. This is the.
Oh, hold on just a second here.
Put him on speaker. And
Are
then,
we on? We're not on the air yet, are we?
can you hear us?
All right, the Cicero kid.
Where's
How's it
the
going,
speaker
Tony?
at?
How's it going?
Put it near the speaker.
Yeah, I'm alive and kicking. I'm holding my own. It's tough. It's a grind. I mean, sports day in, day out. We're going into the middle of May here now. I'm starting to get the as we roll here, we're going to talk NBA, but we're right in the middle of May, and happy Mother's Day. I'm early, but happy Mother's
yeah.
Day to all the mothers out there listening. But this is where you start to pick up the nuances and the little things about pitchers now. As we're kind of moving into 45 games into the season here. It's where you start to kind of you figure out who's going to do what in baseball. But I'll leave it at that. I'm just saying, as I know you guys want to go over the NBA. But anyway, I'm just saying I just got back from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was at the sports book there at the Hard Rock, downtown Cincinnati on Broadway, and anyway, I think the man on the street. I'm going to be doing a little bit of bouncing around here. But what game do you want to go over first? What do you want to cover first? The Sixers are.
Yeah, who'd you like in this Sixers Celtics game? Looks like Celtics are in desperation mode. trying not to get eliminated, right?
Yeah, but I do like Philly still getting the 3 tonight, 2.5 or 3, depends on where you got the line from. Currently, I mean, I don't know, they're down, but this is the NBA. You
Yeah.
pop a couple of threes, a nice 10-2 run, and they make it interesting. And we're not even at the half yet, but the Sixers are down. I do like Phoenix tonight. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is on the Suns. And I'll tell you why. You got a team that's number 1 in the conference in the Nuggets, but the road record is 20-25. I'll lay the chalk tonight. I mean, if you don't like the two, then money line Phoenix. But I mean, look at Durant. I mean, he's putting up 30 a game. They're at home. Booker, Durant. I'll go with the Suns tonight, and tomorrow the Heat and the Knicks. I really think the Heat is an 8 seed. I think they move on. The $64,000 question: do they cover that 5.5 at home? The Knicks aren't the Nuggets on the road. Now the Knicks are 26-20 on the road this year. They're a little bit better of a road team. These two teams now, as we go into a game 6, they know each other. But are these guys? Are they going to put up? Are they going to play all 48 minutes for the Knicks like they did last night? You had 2 players for the Knicks last night, again at home. You had Brunson and Grimes. I mean, they played all 48 minutes. I mean, again, when teams are at home, that basket is bigger. The old saying, the ball bounces their way. Are they going to? The Knicks led by 19 last night. They were at home. Are they going to have a big? You know what I'm saying? Is there's so many IF factors. I got to lean with the home team to win, but I'll stay away from the cover right now. I got to see how what my sources in Vegas say and where the money's going to land tomorrow on that game. But I think the Heat move on to round 2 as well as the Lakers. By the way, you want to go over another one tomorrow night? The Lakers, Golden State. You got the current NBA champs, Golden State Warriors. They have the worst road record of any NBA champion this year. So I got to go with the Lakers to move on to round 2 there. I mean, that kind of is the short version of the 4 games that that's left. But anything you guys want to throw in, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, John.
No,
You go first.
the Lakers moving on. I mean, I get that. I just don't know if they're going to be. Anthony Davis is so banged up. I don't see there's any way he's playing. Is there?
What I'm seeing is they say he's going to play.
Wow.
So the last report I got was that he's fine and he's ready to go for tomorrow.
You're going to get him up out of the wheelchair, huh?
They're going to get him out of the wheelchair.
Well,
he wouldn't have lasted with the Pistons in the
80s. And should we pull a Phil Jackson here because of who the 2 teams are? Television markets, television revenue. Coach Jackson, does NBC want it to go 7 this series or what? Remember that quote that Jackson made when he was coach of the was it the Lakers? He says, "No, NBC wants it to go 7." Remember they lost that game. Who was it to? Lakers lost a close one. They were ahead and they fell behind and they went ahead and they lost by like a point at the buzzer or a basket at the buzzer, and then Phil Jackson.
The Sacramento Kings game where Robert
Is that what it was? And he said, NBC wanted it to go. NBC wanted it to go 7. No. I mean, I'm just saying is, this is the playoffs, so expect the unexpected. But even if it does go to 7 and Anthony Davis doesn't play, I have to think the Lakers prevail. I mean, hey, Golden State, they're not running on all cylinders either. But it's just that road record, 13-34.
Yeah, and Steph Curry has made some awful decisions late in the games against the Lakers.
Right.
This last game, he's got the ball. They're down, I believe, 1 or 2. I believe they're down 1. And he dribbles for about 15 seconds at the top of the key. Can't get around Anthony Davis. So he steps back, shoots a fadeaway shot, misses it. They get a rebound to save him, kick it back out to him with about 20 seconds left. So what does he do? He jacks up a 40-foot three from the logo. What is he doing? Just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and one thing I've noticed since the coronavirus, or I guess since the 2020 season,
It's the bubble, yeah.
well, there's more parity in the NBA. I notice. I mean, if you go back over the years, it's always the two teams with the best records. You know, Cleveland when LeBron was with Cleveland and Golden State in the finals. It was always the teams with the best records. Now you're seeing 8 seeds. Like the Heat get in there. I mean, and sure you've seen 8 seeds prevail. God, I gotta go back. What year was it? Utah knocked somebody out. When you
Denver
once in a blue moon you see a lower seed like when Dikembe Mutombo. Who did they beat that year?
I believe Denver beat Seattle.
Was it Seattle? And they beat them in 5 back then. I'm just saying, you never saw the upset in the NBA where you do now. I mean, unless it was like a 4 versus a 5, but it was always, one played 8, 2 played 7. It was, either 5, 4 and out, 5 and whatever, and the 5 best of 5. But I'm just saying, it was always 1 versus 2. Now you're seeing at least you're seeing a little bit of parity here, and I mean, it's better for the game, obviously. It's kind of it's like the NHL. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, look at not to change subjects, but look at the Florida Panthers. My goodness, up 3-1. Who would have thought that against Toronto?
And they beat Boston in the first round.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, again,
they keep playing like this, they're going to hang a Stanley Cup banner in Central Florida.
Yeah, but remember, and I said this when I was a guest last time. That NHL at the second season in a 7-game series in the NHL, it's just a different. The way the puck comes off the boards. There's no, and in the NBA too. There's no back-to-back nights. In the NHL, legs are everything. You skate your rear end off for a minute and a half on a shift, and then you're off. But this is so different now. There's just a different flow with the NHL. There's a rest day in between every game. And you know what I mean. In other words, who knows? Okay, yeah, Boston did beat the Panthers 3 games this year in the NHL in the regular season. How many of those 3 games were the Panthers on back-to-back nights? Maybe one of the 3 games they were. Maybe one of them wasn't. I think one of them they did lose to them in OT. So, they probably played them penny for penny, pound for pound. Maybe they were 1-2 against Boston this year. But anyway, and that was, not to dwell on that. But again, the NBA is at least there's a little bit more parity here. We're talking about an 8 seed. Going. We're talking about the Lakers, a 7 seed. Knocking out the champs. It says a lot on the resume with whether they have Davis or not tomorrow, and maybe they'll limit his minutes. Davis, I did hear that too. He is going to play, but is he going to play 40 minutes? Or is he going to play 28, 26 minutes? And if they get a lead, if they get a nice lead, they're going to sit him. So we'll see, and they'll be at home, and so let's see what happens there. But you gotta go with the Lakers. Well, and Phoenix tonight. Before we go on to tomorrow, Phoenix tonight, everybody. I mean, you're talking about a conference. The conference head in Denver. They're the top of the conference, and they're under 500 on the road. I mean, this has got 7 games written all over it. Just Phoenix at home. Durant's, tearing the cover off the ball. Of course, it isn't baseball. Or can we say he's dribbling the cover off the ball? Averaging 30 a game. I mean,
the basket's as big as an ocean for him.
Right. That's what I mean. They're at home. The basket is bigger. The backboard. It's just something of the 6th man. You got the home team. But in the end, who knows? Maybe Phoenix pulls off what Dallas did last year to them and sneaks by them. I mean, maybe Phoenix, like I said, Durant. A lot of people are not so hot. At least a lot of the prognosticators in Vegas. A lot of people aren't that hot for Denver. They like them. They like them as the number 1 seed to finish off the season strong and be the number 1 seed in the West. But I could see Phoenix winning tonight and then pulling the Dallas Mavericks like last year on the road. like I said, the parity factor has been a lot different since the coronavirus of 2020. Let's see what happens there. I'm not going to make a prediction for Game 7. Let's get through Phoenix in Game 6 tonight. But that's where I stand, and I think Philly. I think Philly still gets to the money tonight. They're only down by 10. When I started this phone conversation with you guys, they were down by 16. Now they're down by 10 with
They're down by
about
7,
They're down
actually.
7. They just hit a shot to close the half out.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, I mean, I'm not in front of a TV right now. All right, so that's what I mean. They were down. They cut the lead in half, pretty much. They were down by 15, 16. Now they're down by 7. And as I had stated at the start of the conversation, it's nothing in the NBA. You pop a couple of threes, a 10-2 run. We'll get the info from the halftime report. But obviously, if they were down by, well, we'll do the math here. They're down by 7. They were down by 6. They just went on a 13-4 run. It was 46-30. So there was my prediction of the 10-2 run. They just went on a 13-4 run to close out the half. I think the 76ers, hey, the spirit of 76, I think they move on to the next round, and I guess Heat and Sixers in the conference finals.
Yeah, I hope James Harden pulls through if that happens. The Sixers have to get past Boston first.
Right, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, and then if they don't win tonight, it's gonna be the toughest win of their life, Game 7. But there's something about the home court, and we just saw a 13-4 run. So let's see what happens there. Of course, that's why we play them. That's why we play these games. Hopefully we'll be sitting on the edge of our seat, especially if you're getting +3 at home. But my money's on Philly plus the 3. I bought the hook. It was 2.5. I bought the 3. And then, I laid the chalk with Phoenix. I'm not confident in them tonight again with Durant doing what he's doing. You got Booker, you got other weapons. They're at home. Again, I reiterate an under 500 conference champ on the road. They're under 500 on the road, and maybe Phoenix does pull off what Dallas did last year.
Yeah.
Knocks out the 1 seed. So
hey, Philly comes back in this game and wins it. It's all she wrote for Boston. The Celtics are going back to Boston. Going back to Boston, and their season's over.
And you know what? I mean, and maybe it is a pattern. The Bruins are out. I guess the Celtics, maybe they, you know what I mean? Maybe it is a bet against Boston pattern. Maybe they do go down. And in reality, hey, let's be honest, whatever sport it is, it's tough to repeat. I mean, are the Chiefs going to go next year in the NFL, or is it going to be Buffalo? In the NFC, who's going to be there in any sport?
The Lions.
David's big on the Lions.
I'm adopting the Lions this year.
You think the Lions are going to be they're speaking of the Lions, Chiefs and Lions open up the season Thursday night.
Yep.
I
wish it was next Thursday, Tony.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the way this year's flying by, May is already hit. We're half over here. Looking at Monday's the 15th, so we're halfway through May. So in 2 months, less than 2 months, we'll be in training camp. What, the 11th? Say about 2 months from now, the right after the 4th, they'll be in another, training camps. So they'll be at their, the football NFL teams will be doing their little training camps, and then preseason is 3 months away.
I'm ready for Hard Knocks.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we got to find value for the next 90 days.
90 days. What do they call it? The Valley of Nothing in July, right? But
100 days, say another 110 days. Well, we got to find. Well, now wait. The Pigskin Kickoff Classic is always around the 23rd or 4th of August. So for those of you that are chomping at the bit for college football, we're about 90. May the 11th. So let's see. 90 and another 10, 102, 3 days away from college football.
Week 0, they call it.
Yep. Well, and then the other value we got to find is baseball. Who's going to be the team after the All-Star break that rattles off 7, 8 in a row? That's who you jump on. You see who comes out of the gate after the All-Star break. That's what I've always done. And when I lived in Vegas, it was always who's going to start for the 2 or 3 game winning streak, and then that's where everyone will put their money on for the 4th game.
Yeah, I know
XYZ.
everybody in St. Louis is thinking that or hoping that'll be the St. Louis Cardinals. Of
Well,
course.
maybe it's hey, we speaking of Boston, Cardinals are going to be in Boston tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming off of a road trip. I like the Cardinals to go in and steal that first game. I forget who the hell Boston beat last night. Who did the Red Sox beat yesterday?
Braves in Atlanta.
Right,
You'll
so
get
they're
plus
coming. All
money on
right,
the
so
Cardinals.
they're coming. Red Sox coming off of a road trip. They come home. They play with the kids. They make a little whoopee with the missus. You remember the movie Rocky and Burgess Meredith, Mickey. Stay away from that pet shop dame. Women make weak legs. I'll take the Cardinals. Coming in
Wow.
focused from Chicago, taking 2 out of 3.
That's the angle. I like the angle. I mean, you got to find it where you can
All
get
I'm
it.
just saying is the Cardinals. Look, we've got 3 of our last 4 now under our belt. We've won 3-0. Maybe the Cardinals rattle off another 7 in a row. We win 10 of 11. This is the turnaround. You can't. Hey, the Cardinals did lose 8 in a row. They blew a few of them, but could be the turning point. Mid-May, like I said, that's what I did. I started that out too with baseball before we started talking NBA.
Yeah, but
Now we're in the middle of May.
I haven't gone back, but Tony, I want to look at if you just bet on the Cardinals games, the over. I wonder what that is this year. It's got to be. You got to be profitable. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think.
Yeah, it's a good statistic to look at. What are the Cardinals to the over and under this year? I didn't even, I didn't. We could check real quick, but again, as I mentioned before we started talking NBA, I dropped a quick note about we're still all the mothers and happy Mother's Day, but out there. But then I said baseball. We're getting into the middle of May, where that's where I start looking at the nuances. I'm looking at who is the 5th starter, the back end of the rotations of a lot of teams. Early on, managers will go with X, Y, Z, and A, B, C, maybe for the 4 or 5 starter. Injuries already come into play when you look at Scherzer and Scherzer's back, but some guys are already out. So, you look at the back end of that rotation and you say, hey, here's the 5th starter. He hasn't won a game all year. He's got to win one now, and that's where you get your value in the middle, and especially at home. I tell you, a team I like at home is the Cincinnati Reds. I'll tell you why.
Just took 2 out of 3 from the Mets.
Right, and when they're and again, it's the home cooking. And not so much on the road, but the Reds were really overshadowed last year by a poor 3-22 start. And then when you look at their record, what they ended up doing, I really think the Reds. I'm not saying they're going to run away with it, but I think they're a good team to bet at home. And if you don't have to lay more than minus, $1.20, I would think, what I'm saying is you would think that's a good value at home. Anything where you're not laying a lot of chalk at home, because sometimes to win in baseball, we know that you got to lay the minus 140s. But I think a team that I'm really happy with is Baltimore. The Orioles have really been, I don't even think they're overachieving. Look, they're in 2nd place in the East. They're 4.5 back. They're 24-13, and they are a very good value team.
The Yankees are last in the division, but if they were in the AL Central, they'd be first in the division. That's how good the AL East is.
But first time ever,
Right,
the
and here's
Yankees,
the thing
and the Cardinals in the basement.
Oh, yeah, but the Yankees are in a different basement. They're in the basement of the AL East.
But here's the thing with the Orioles, who last year they showed promise late in the year. If you were $100 better this year, if you just bet $100 on the Baltimore Orioles this year, who are 24-13, you would be up $760 this year, just betting $100 on Baltimore.
Wow.
That's a value team right there. They're over 500. You're getting value, and that quick stat to the over and under. The Cardinals, believe it or not, the Cardinals are only 19 overs, 18 unders, and 1 push.
Wow.
So I didn't know. I'm glad you brought that up, Dave, because now, especially with the Green Monster, maybe we see 3 games of over. I don't know who's pitching. I'm certainly not writing the Cardinals off. They're only 8 games back of the Pirates. It is so early. But 19, 18, and 1 now. However, sports fans and degenerate gamblers out there like me, you bet 100 on the Cardinals every day this year, you're 1,400 in the hole,
Yeah.
1420 in the hole.
Right.
So the Cardinals have not been the best value bet. Pirates have been a pretty good value bet this
Hey,
year. But
Tony, I got to ask you.
yeah,
Damian pre baseball season loved the Pirates at over 66.5 wins. That's looking really good.
well, yeah, right now it is. But the Pirates won 7 in a row. They could again. I talked about the Cardinals winning 10 of 11. The Pirates could lose 9 of 11, and
Actually, they
but
have lost 9 of 11.
Right
but
now.
but,
Yeah,
but when
they got swept by Tampa and Toronto,
wow.
and they just
but-
lost 2 out of 3 to Colorado.
But
Right, and when you
66.5 wins is not a lot.
No.
yeah, and again with baseball again, we gotta people people look so much at records or who's pitching. Is it DeGrom? Is it Scherzer? Everybody in baseball, they're going to win 70 games. They're going to lose 70 games. I'm ballparking that 70 wins, 68 wins, 67 wins. Some teams, like Colorado might win 6. But everybody's going to win 70. Everybody's going to lose 70. What do you do with the final 22 games? Do you go 92 and 70? Do you go 78 and 84? In other words, do you go 8 and 14 in those 22 games? Do you go 84 and 78 and go 14 and 8? Everybody's going to ballpark win 70, lose 70. And sure, you're going to have your awful, atrocious Nationals that win 59, but for the most part of your 30 teams, you're looking at 70 wins, and that's where the value comes in. Games against division rivals, where they win that unexpected game at home or on the road. Again, that's what you learn over the years, I guess, as I get older and a little wiser at this. That's what you look at. There's patterns in everything. The NBA, the NHL, baseball. Like I said, those road trips. There's Boston coming in off of a road trip. Everyone's going to be saying, "Geez, they beat the high-flying world tour, bound for the World Series or possible World Series contender Braves." All the money's going to be on the Red Sox tomorrow. I like the Cardinals to go in and mash a bunch of doubles off that green monster. They've won 3 out of 4. They've got momentum going into Fenway. Again, Boston's coming in. They're going to play with the kids, make a little whoopee to the missus. I say take the Cardinals tonight. In fact, while we're on the subject, what is there any early line tomorrow on
That's
that
what
game?
I was going to ask you. Anybody got the line?
Let's see here.
Got it coming
see
right
it.
now. Let's see here. Cardinals and Red Sox. Cardinals
He's
are
got
even
me all
money.
pumped
Wayne,
up. He's got me pumped up. I got to go make the wager.
Cardinals plus 105 with Wainwright and Paxton, the left-hander, minus 120. Over and under 10. Cardinals are 7 and 20 on the road.
Yep.
And
Wainwright's first. Is this his first game back?
Second.
Second. How did he do first game?
Yeah.
How did he pitch?
Blah.
About like that $1,000
Like-
bet that guy said. He said,
Yeah.
I said, that's a
Like-
big one. He's
Yeah.
Like,
that further lets me know
when
what
I,
you do.
when I told you guys before the season the Cardinals had no pitching, if Adam Wainwright's your number one starter, you have no pitching.
Yeah.
Period. That's
Yeah.
why I was so anti the Cardinals before the year started. I told everybody, no pitching. That team is dreadful pitching wise. All they've done is prove it. They don't even have anybody they can really bring up to replace the garbage that they have going.
And in the bullpen, you got Jordan Hicks hitting everybody with the ball and walking
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, he's a walking gas can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything,
Well,
everything
but-
lights on fire with him.
But again, it's early, guys. It is early. I mean, who
Yeah,
knows?
sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
Wayno turns things around in the second half. It's so hard to say.
I was on the early bandwagon too. Look at Philly in June. I know they have Nola.
What do you think about
but
the over
look at
tomorrow,
Philly in
Tony? I kind of like
last
the
year.
over 10.
Well, I tell you what.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. As I do an early,
10's a big.
as I do an early handicap of the game, the Cardinals they're batting 272 against left-handed pitching this year. We got the Green Monster. We got a left-hander with Paxton. Cardinals will be putting some righties in that lineup to face that left-handed pitching.
He's got a good
I would have to. I'd have to say Cardinals in the over tomorrow, over 10. Maybe the Cardinals with an 8-4, 8-3, a 7-4. Maybe it's a tight one, 7-6. But I have to say Cardinals and over 10 tomorrow. Paxton, I don't know what kind of numbers he's put up, but the Cardinals are batting 272 against left-handed pitching. Red Sox are swinging pretty decent bats. They're 12, 13, and 7 this year. They're batting 273 against righties.
to answer your question, Paxton hadn't pitched this year.
Oh,
Then if he hasn't pitched, they're going to put that guy on the baby pitch count of what, 60 pitches maybe.
maybe we
20
can unload early.
Yeah,
the Cardinals historically don't do very well against first-time pitchers.
Yeah.
It just seems
Well-
like every time I remember the Cardinals going against a first-time pitcher,
Well, first time this year.
no, he hasn't pitched. Yeah, he hasn't pitched. Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Is this the same James
Was this the
Paxton
one
that
from-
was in Seattle
yeah,
for years?
I don't know. I have
Yeah, and here's another thing about the over. Even though the Cardinals are 19 overs, 18 unders, and 1 push. I mean, you got the Cardinals starting pitching this year is at 5.40 ERA. The Red Sox have a 6.01 ERA. I don't see Waino going more than 5. If he goes into the 6th, then God bless him. Our bullpen hasn't been that great. So if we do get an early lead, the bullpen's going to relinquish a few runs the way they've been, showing up for us. I'd have to say, if you're going to bet 2 bets on this game, I'd bet over, maybe a 200 or 300 on the over, and just lay 150 on the Cardinals and get your even money plus 105.
Parlay.
I just like the Cardinals coming in with momentum. Red Sox are coming off that road trip. It's just me, but and what I've seen over the years, over all the way tomorrow. I mean, Cardinals are swinging the bat. Look, we were down. What was the score against the Cubs? We were down 10 to 3, and then we tacked on a few more runs late. Yeah. I mean, we're scoring runs. Now we're we kind of got our act together a little bit here, the Cardinals. So yeah, I have to. And heck, while we're on the subject here, let's see what do we got here. Any late games for Thursday? I know we got a short schedule. All right, Giants are at Arizona. We got an early, so we got a division rival, Alex Cobb against Tommy Henry. I'd have to. Well, I tell you, I'd have to go with Arizona after coming off of a loss against the Marlins, a bounce back win at home, I believe. Didn't Arizona lose to the Marlins yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, they did. They lost 5-4 and 6-2. They've lost 2 straight at home with a division rival coming in. And the Giants.
And Alex Cobb on the mound for the Giants.
Yeah, on the road, and they lost 2 out of 3 at home to the Nationals. I'll take. They lost 6-1. They're not scoring runs. A 6-1 loss, a 5-1. I'll go with Arizona with a bounce back win at home, and I'll take the value. I don't know anything about this Henry kid, but we'll do a quick cap on the kid. Well, he's 1-0 this year. Alex Cobb 2-1. I'll go with the kid. I'll go with
Arizona
Henry.
will probably be plus 120 on the money line.
Yeah, well, it says here on what I'm looking at. Of course, it's an early line of 125, but I'll take the value, Dave. There's your value. Put up 5 and win 6 on Arizona tonight.
Yeah, that'll work. Well, I do want to thank you for joining us, the Cicero Kid. We are out of time here at DraftKings at Casino Queen. So for Clemson John, I want to thank Damian for joining us, the Cicero Kid. Thanks for joining us. And we are out of here, guys.
Hey, can I close out with one final note?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, go right ahead.
Phoenix, put your money on the Phoenix Suns tonight and the Cardinals in the over tomorrow.
All right. Phoenix and Cardinals
All
in
right.
the over.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, guys, we'll talk again. All
We'll
right,
see
thank
you
you.
guys next